we're all we didn't see this coming. Obviously, we felt like we were prepared to play at a high level. We did not. Um, Simply have to coach better and have to play better next week against Navy. Um, Not really much that we can take back right now, other than our players are very disappointed, and um, but understand that the most important thing is this won't define who they are um, as individuals or as a team. They'll bounce back and play well next week against Navy. Questions?
Brandon tonight, how much did the hand hurt him, and was it your decision to pull him and then put it back in?
I don't know that the hand was really a limiting factor for him. Practiced during the week without much of an issue. Um, Needed a spark. Tried to insert Ian in the game after the turnovers, but felt at halftime our best chance of really rallying and really trying to get Brandon to play through it, if you will, was, I felt, the best course of action, and that's why I did what I did.
What do you take away from your defense the last couple of weeks? That last week wasn't indicative of who they are. That was out of character. What do you take away from tonight?
Um, I think, we put them in a bad situation. The game, 24 points really off of turnovers. It's hard to get an accurate picture of them, but there were some plays that weren't fit the way they have been. We'll have to go back and really study the film. I can't give you a great, sense, but there was, Mike Elko and I were surprised at some of the fits that didn't occur, that had occurred before. So we got to go back and look at, some of the things that went on out there.
What are they doing to slow your running game?
Again, I think, it's all in its totality. When you talk about our running game, it's a little bit about getting into a good rhythm, and we never really got into a good rhythm. We got behind the chains. We were very predictable. So they're really good. I mean, let's give credit where credit is due. Just never really got into the kind of rhythm necessary to sustain anything.
It's already 27-11 game, and they drove 90 yards. That kind of settle things almost.
It was pretty apparent to me that that drive was pretty much a backbreaker in the game for them to go up 34-0. Yes. Was that your question?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. I mean, it was if you remember, it was the fly sweep counter that we didn't fit very well. And I'll give let's give Travis Homer some credit. His acceleration through the hole. He may be as fast as any back that hits the hole that we've seen, and we were a step behind him.
At what point did you really just sense that things were going to go away from you guys?
Well, I don't know that I have ever felt that things get away from you as much as you're not executing at the level that you need to against a really good football team. And it started when we threw our first interception. The makeup of this football team, Miami, is built on turnovers. And one thing that we couldn't do was turn the football over. And what did we do is we turned the football over. So I guess in answering your question, getting away from us and turning it over could be characterized as the same thing. But we just couldn't turn the football over. And when we started turning the football over, we put ourselves in a tough spot.
Along those lines with Brandon, do you think he was feeling a lot of pressure, or he just was a little off on some of those?
I think he's still developing as a quarterback, and tonight was not a night to turn the football over against a quality football team like Miami.
Hey,
Josh okay physically after?
Yeah, he had a neck, bit of a sprain in the neck, and he was cleared to go back in. Nothing relative to a head injury as much as a sprain in the neck, but didn't seem like we needed to put him back into the game at that time.
What kind of challenge is it for you and the coaches now because you guys have a playoff for us in town?
Well, it's really about how we respond now, individually, collectively, as a group after a disappointing, performance. So the challenge really is about bouncing back. I gave them an example of USC and the way that we handled them, and now they've come back and really have won all their games since that time. So, we're looking at markers, within our own locker room of how guys respond. Football is a game that builds character and builds resolve, and that's what we're looking for. So it's kind of a bigger picture, I know, but that's what we're looking at.
At halftime, what was some of the conversation with Brandon to try to get him to be that rallying point despite the concussions?
Let's go. It's time. You gotta step up and play and be gritty and do the things that we expect you to do. And he was all up for it. He's a competitor. He wanted to go back in there, for sure.
You have a performance that you didn't see coming.
Yeah.
How do you sort of process that as a coach? You've been fairly consistent this year in being able to trust what you're going to get.
Without being too philosophical, I think you break it down to execution. I love my team. I love my players. I love the way they come to work. But we didn't execute very well. And in the game itself, when you break it down, there is that part of it where you have to execute very well. And obviously turning the football over was key. But look, they ran quarterback draw when we knew they were running quarterback draw. So, it doesn't end there. So execution, the X's and the O's, the tactical part of it was not where I thought it would be. And so we'll go back and really take a good hard look at that.
Anything else?